How many cases like this have you won? Have you ever handled a case exactly like mine? If you're a criminal defense lawyer, you're going to get asked those questions all the time. And if you're honest, the answer is going to be no. I've never handled a case exactly like this one because everybody's case is unique. The same person could get arrested for the same offense twice in a row, and each case is going to have meaningful distinctions. It's impossible for two cases to be identical. That being said, your experience in an area is always going to port over to the other cases like it. And generally, the more experience you have in a trial setting, the more experience you have with juries, the more times you stand up and argue on behalf of your client, the better you're going to be. So while I always tell clients that my past results are not a guarantee of future results, and they shouldn't hire me or not hire me because I won a case for somebody they know, it certainly makes a difference. And that's why I want to talk with you about some great results that law offices of Aaron Delgado Associates had this last year. And by the way, here, it's truly a team effort. And many of the cases I'm about to talk about, I had little to nothing to do with. Some of them I had a lot to do with, and we'll talk about those too. This year started off with a bang when we won a case for an older woman accused of stabbing her husband. She had been being held in jail, the public defender had been denied a continuance, and she was looking to go to trial Monday. She hired us on a Friday. We showed up in court. The judge was not going to give us a continuance. We fought tooth and nail. The judge grudgingly gave us a continuance for 3 weeks during Christmas time, leaving us with very few business days to get anything done. That being said, we got all the witnesses interviewed. We took the case to trial, and in less than an hour, the jury returned a verdict of not guilty as charged. Our client was released from jail, and she couldn't be happier with her results. I take away from that case that you can get ready in a short period of time if you're properly motivated, and sometimes it's necessary to burn the midnight oil to get the case work done. Here at my office, my attorney John Terhune and I worked on that case together. We put in a ton of hours over the Christmas holidays, and we were delighted with the outcome. That's the kind of teamwork and hard work we offer at our firm. Regardless of whether your case is that serious or not, we give you that kind of hard work and guarantee every time. Regardless of how serious your case may seem to others, we understand your case is the most serious thing you're facing, and that's why, whether it's Christmas time or not, we're going to put in all the time necessary to get you the best results possible. Another outstanding result we had recently was spearheaded by attorney Matt Price in my office. Matt joined our firm about a year ago and has been doing an amazing job for our clients. This gentleman was accused of pulling a gun on his neighbors and then pointing the gun at some police officers. Originally, the state attorney was seeking the maximum possible sentence in prison. After we took depositions and reviewed the video, we were able to establish that the officer's testimony had been materially inconsistent. We were able to show a great deal of reasonable doubt as to whether or not our client even knew they were police officers, as none of the officers announced their presence, despite what their reports and deposition testimony had said. The conflicts there led to us getting an outstanding result for our client, who avoided a conviction, any incarceration, and maintains his civil rights to this day. That was an outstanding result for a client who started off facing almost a decade in state prison and is currently right now free to walk the street, own a firearm, and be with his loved ones. We couldn't have asked for a better result for that client, and Matt Price did an outstanding job with the depositions and the negotiations. One thing about great results is they're not always won from a jury or a judge. Sometimes the best results come from hard work behind the scenes and detailed plea negotiations with the state. That's why at a law firm like ours, where we have decades of experience in the community, we know the prosecutors, we know the angles that work with them, we know the approaches that work with them, and we know the law enforcement officers as well. That's how we're able to get some outstanding results for our clients without having to go to trial. The last result I want to highlight happened last month. A former client of ours had been arrested again for a DUI. He had been coming back from a work function when he was stopped in Port Orange. He performed amazingly on the field sobriety exercises. In fact, the judge said it was one of the finest performances he had ever seen. Despite that, he was arrested, taken to jail, had to post bond, and stood accused of driving under the influence. After reviewing the video, we immediately filed a motion to suppress, arguing there was no legal basis to arrest him, as his performance on the field sobriety exercises showed he was far from being intoxicated. The state attorneys were not willing to negotiate or drop the charges. They insisted on a first-time DUI offer, which we would not accept. Within a month of being hired, we took the case to hearing in front of the judge. The state played the video, and after cross-examining the officers and highlighting the video for the judge ruled the police had illegally arrested our client. All evidence was suppressed, and our client's DUI was ultimately dismissed within a few weeks of him hiring us. We also won his license at DMV, so he suffered no consequences whatsoever in this case. He never lost his ability to drive. He does not have a DUI on his record, and he is in the same position he was prior to being stopped. That highlights our ability to analyze cases, look at the legal issues, and mount a legal challenge to a case. Remember, you can always take a case to the jury if you think the facts don't add up to a crime. But when the law gives you an opportunity to say to the judge, hey, this evidence was illegally obtained, can't be considered, then you can do what's called a motion to suppress. Motion practice, motions to suppress, motions to dismiss can be the difference between winning and losing a case. And so our recent DUI success highlights our firm's ability to mount a serious legal challenge to a case. Those three cases highlight what makes me so proud to be the founder of this firm. I've managed to put together a team of lawyers. Every one of them is as good a lawyer, if not better than I am. I'm proud of that. I'm also proud of the fact that we can win cases at trial on short notice or not. We can negotiate outstanding results on even the most serious cases, and we can find, analyze, and successfully litigate legal issues. It's kind of a triple threat. We can win at trial, we can win in the courtroom on a motion to suppress, and we can get great deals from the prosecution. The more you win at trial, the more great legal work you do, the easier it is to get great negotiated results. All in all, those are the three areas of success, and so far this year, we've had an outstanding track record of success across the board. If you or someone you know has been accused of a crime, please give us a call. Now, as I said earlier, just because we've had great results in the past, I can't promise a great result in your case. What I can promise is my team of attorneys is going to look at every angle in your case, and if it can be won, we're going to find a way to win it.